cool part about teaching these classes is that before I had to disseminate information like on a visit-by-visit basis. And that means that people had to be my patients. They had to come in to see me. And I would continue to share things as much as I could with everybody. But now that I have like a monthly meeting with all of you, I can give you these tidbits of enlightenment that are just dropping into me, and I can just disseminate them to you. You guys can just start talking about them with everybody because it's not my information. I'm just here to share it. So listen to this one. This was a life changer. Even for me, wherever I'm at, it still rocked my world. All right. It's going to sound completely simple, but just ponder it. And this is what we're going to close on. I was in a space of meditation. I was just sitting and breathing. And I use this word because this is the word I use to describe how divinity connects with me. God spoke to me and said, I just need you to make one simple change in your life. I'm like, wow. Just bring it on. Whatever. Your will be done. I'm open. Change me. He says, I just need you to be more space and less matter. Now just sit with that, and then I'm going to explain it in a second. But just sit with that and breathe and just accept the concept of being more space and less matter. Now, I'm going to really, really, really open you up. I sat with that, and immediately enlightenment started coming in regarding the fundamental issues of space and matter and what's going on. And this is all basic physics, by the way. This is basic physics. This is all right in front of us all the time, you guys. This was like so far next to my nose, there was no place for my hand. It's so obvious. So get ready to feel foolish. Get ready to feel foolish, or you're not going to get the gift of the enlightenment. Be ready to be a fool. All right. We know that when we look at the molecular structure of anything, it's a bunch of little particles moving around in a bunch of space. And by far, what outnumbers what? Space. Space outnumbers matter. Like, if you look at the universe, okay, so everyone agrees that we're basically space with particulate matter that's in some kind of form. Are we agreed on that? I mean, that's common knowledge, right? I mean, if it isn't, it makes sense, doesn't it? And does anyone think that that's not true? That we are more space than matter? Okay, so we're unanimous to that. Here's how freaking obvious it is. God then put a picture of the universe in my head and said, look at this. And I'm looking at this picture of the universe going through my consciousness, and I'm like, oh my God, it's all space. So the example of the universe that God puts in front of us is the exact example of ourselves. We're simple replications on some level of that which is universal energy. I mean, and that's not a big leap of faith. That's common truth, right? We're that which we are. So if we're that which we are, and God's saying, be a little more space, a less matter, I embraced it and said, that makes sense. And as I was more space and less matter, everything mattered less. I didn't love less. I didn't have less peace. I didn't have less of God's will in me. It just mattered less. What was happening mattered less. It didn't mean I was less motivated or less guided. I was more able to be guided, more able to be moved, because what was keeping me stuck was what mattered to me. So I was making things matter. This matters, that matters, this matters, that matters, that shouldn't have happened, that matters. And as soon as I started letting go of matter and being more space, all that stuff that mattered, I couldn't hold it anymore. I couldn't even make the personal choice to grab onto it. It was like trying to squeeze water in your hand. It's like, oh my God. So it wasn't, oh my God, that doesn't matter anymore. It was, oh my God, that can't matter anymore because I can't make it matter. Why? Because I'm too much space. I couldn't be dense enough to hold the matter. Now, I know that's, but think about that. Just ponder that. So what happened is everything started just completely relaxing in me. And I cried in Lucida's and had to walk out. But that was because, I couldn't hold that in. I didn't have enough matter to hold it in and hold it together. So when it broke free, there was so much space, it just went, They just had an energetic bowel movement on the floor of Lucida's. I left a really nice tip. No one saw it but me. So, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Anyway. Small tangent. Anyway, just think about that. Be more space and less matter. And again, all I'm asking you to do is just practice it. Well, how do I practice being more space and less matter? By just accepting that it's true. I'm not asking you to think, what's my life going to look like if I'm more space and less matter? Do you really want to know after my story? So you just practice accepting the truth that you are more space and less matter. Don't know what it means. Don't try and figure it out. Just be with it. And all of a sudden, you'll feel your body literally start to get lighter. Now, I am not kidding you, because I'm not fanatical. I'm just curious, and I like to measure my form as I go through form change. So I don't care how much I weigh. I just find it's curious how my physical mass and matter changes as I go through enlightenment. Okay? Being more space and less matter for me over the last 6 days was a 10-pound loss. No difference in eating, no difference in exercising, no difference. 10 pounds of matter fell off my body. That's significant. That's significant. And I only say this because I always tell you, I love to be a scientist. It's fun. It's like, wow, this is, like I've told a lot of you, holy cow, this is true. Like, this isn't just me having some amazing, enlightening experience in the basement when I'm working out. Like, I practice it, and it's like, holy cow. Holy cow. It is true. We are more space than matter. So when you're in a situation that's intense and really matters to you, and this is when you practice it, apply this truth to something that's really, really matters to you. And just go into it and go, you know what? I know this has a history of really mattering. I'm just going to be more space around it. I'm just going to be more space and less matter. I'm just going to practice that simple, say it in my head. Be more of what I really am and less of what I believed I was. I love you all for coming. I hope you found it fun and enjoyable and enlightening. And I look forward to seeing all of you that are here. And remember, we got empty chairs. We're open to all those with a mind willing to change and a heart open to love. And until next month, see you in the world, see you in life. God bless.